guys, and welcome to the Shaw of Pride Arcane Mage Guide. In this guide I'm going to cover everything that you need to know about the Shaw of Pride fight on normal and heroic mode, and what talents, glyphs, and tips and tricks you can do to maximize your DPS on this fight. So let's get right into talents first, okay? First things first, what are we taking? Well, we're definitely for talents going to be taking Living Bomb, okay? This is a single target fight. The only other time there's extra targets, they're not up long enough to really dot up. The extra adds that come out of the sides, we can simply dot those up with Living Bomb and then continue our rotation into them. We do not need Nether Tempest on this fight, so Living Bomb is our bomb of choice. Temporal Shield or Ice Barrier. Both work very, very well depending on your situation. As the fight, Ice Barrier seems to be a little bit of a safer choice in this one, and I normally recommend Temporal Shield. But again, I actually prefer Ice Barrier on this one just because of how everything works on it. I think you get a little bit, you feel a little bit safer when you have that Ice Barrier, so keep that in mind. You want to go Cauterize, Greater Invis. Again, I prefer Cauterize, but I have seen some people use Greater Invis. The reason that most people will use Ice Barrier is because they're non-heroic. If they're picking up a Rift, they can pretty much negate that damage when, you know, Burst of Pride, when that Swelling Pride comes out and really just does a ton of AoE. You can pass out your Ice Barrier there, and you're going to be fine. That would be the only time you'd be using Greater Invis, would be roughly around that time as well. So that's why I would stick with Cauterize. But Ice Barrier definitely in this fight is very, very good. So keep that in mind, that it's probably going to be Ice Barrier, Cauterize, and then your Living Bomb. As we get into glyphs for this fight, Double Blink, really good for Arcane. The problem with this fight, guys, is it's all RNG for Arcane. Depending on how far you have to run to get rifts, depending on how many times you get put into the Shadow Realm on heroic, depending on if you get put in the prison or how close you are to the prison that you're assigned. It's all RNG. It's just completely how your DPS is going to be on this fight. So just be aware that you probably will get frustrated from time to time. So all we can really plan for here is best case scenario, okay? So that's why Glyph of Double Blink, really, really good. Again, same thing with Evocation. I like the Glyph of Evocation because it gives you that passive healing. Very, very nice on this fight. And then you can use Arcane Explosion or Cone of Cold. All four of those glyphs are very, very useful, especially if you have a Death Knight on heroic mode who's gripping in those adds. Cone of Cold will do a ton of damage, okay? If you don't have a Death Knight who's gripping them in and you're spawning them towards the middle, Arcane Explosion, that glyph, is going to be awesome for you to get those adds down really, really quick, as well as boost your DPS by an absolute ton. So keep that in mind. That's really what we're looking for there. As far as positioning on this fight and some tips and tricks for Arcane, whatever prison you're assigned to, try to set yourself up so that you're very, very close to it. Let the other people that are in your group know that, hey, if I'm not in the prison, I'm going to be getting this side. The reason you're doing that is because you want to be moving as minimally as possible. It is obviously a huge DPS loss for us to be moving. So if you have to, move over into the ice prison, you want to be able to get in, get that person out of the prison, and then get back out and get right back to DPS. So we have pretty much two globals that we can get in, finish, and then get back out, so we can use 2 stacks of ice flows. We still should have a spare, so hopefully that way if any RNG is coming our way, we can move out of it. If we have to go get a rift, we can use our last one, or we can use Double Blink to go grab it and come back. There's just any little thing that you can do to really maximize your damage. It's all about positioning on this fight. Again, as the adds are spawning, your group should be kind of compacting themselves in so that they all spawn roughly towards the middle. Same thing with Corrupted Fragments. That way everything gets AoE'd down, including the fragments. Get those people out of the Shadow Realm very, very quickly. So what you want to make sure that you're doing is you're helping out. So you're moving in, and then you're Arcane Explosioning. If they're getting gripped in, you Cone of Cold those adds down. If you have Corrupted Fragments, switch to those, because remember, as Arcane, we can burst down single target things with just stupid efficiency. That is the main greatest thing about an Arcane Mage, is our single target burst is very, very good, very, very helpful for a raid team. So keep that in mind. Those are the little tips and tricks. Most groups will pop Lust at 30% once you face transitions. So keep that in mind, that would be really your best time to whenever you Lust or Heroism, make sure that you have your cooldowns will be available during that time, because again, that haste is very, very nice from Heroism to really do a lot of damage and really get that mana regenerating extremely fast. So if you guys have any other questions, tips and tricks, or things that you've noticed about the fight for Arcane. Again, leave them below in the comments. I'll let the rest of this kill video play out. And as always, see you in the next one.